Butterflies and zebras and unicorns and fairy tales.
We were right here last time we shot this, and now the set looks a lot different. I think Gray would have done better in this scene because I learned that Gray takes color better.
The purple looks nice though.
Yeah, there had some good colors going on. So, how long did you spend learning that song?
Probably 6 to 7 months. I kind of learned it, and it probably took me like 2 weeks to really learn it to the point where I felt like I could play it. And then before we did this, I'd been just playing it kind of sporadically as guitar practice or just for fun. So it allowed me to refine it a little bit and feel comfortable doing it in front of people.
Is Jimi Hendrix a very technical artist to, play his songs?
Yes, I don't know that Jimi Hendrix himself would have thought of himself as an extremely technical person, but the music that he made, it's difficult to play. It's difficult to learn.
Mm-hmm.
At least speaking for myself, maybe not for professional guitarists, but for me.
Well, he's iconic, and I think part of that is for many reasons. Like, he was very good at his craft, and then also he's saying about important topics, right?
Right. His guitar playing really, as far as guitar players that were popular and on the radio and who had their music distributed, his style was really revolutionary at the time. He had a really heavy improvisational aspect to his playing, so if you saw him twice, you probably weren't going to see the same performance twice. Like, he was always adding new bits to his music and just playing it as he felt it, which is something that has drawn me to him and his music.
Mm-hmm. Is that the main thing that drew you to his music, or is there other reasons that you kind of were drawn to that song?
My uncle Chris showed me Jimi Hendrix when I was in 7th grade or so, and at that time I was just learning how to play guitar, and I was mostly into punk rock bands, and there's something pretty punk rock about Jimi Hendrix in spirit, so I kind of recognized that when I heard it, I think, and it made me want to learn more about it. And his music really got me on the start to a greater appreciation of music in general, because now, instead of just listening to music for the attitude that it was conveying, I was also listening for the musicality, and because his music kind of, it's technical and amazing without having kind of the pretentious vibe that some other types of technical music can have, like classical music and jazz. There can be a lot of gatekeeping in those genres, but Jimi Hendrix is like a rock player who kind of draws on those genres and brings it into a more raw and accessible form.
Yeah, there's like a defined way to make something that sounds good and that people respond positively towards. But if you try something new, it's not guaranteed. But if you know your craft very well, you can invent something that people will like, and it will be unique.
Right.
Like, you can do the oh, like everybody.
Right. I think it might not even just be about knowing your craft, but about being confident at your craft and not allowing the boundaries that other people set on that craft to get in your way. Like, people might set rules that don't really need to be there, and it's people like Jimi Hendrix who break them, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that is true across many genres of art. So he is amazing, and it's amazing that people are still picking up his music and reinterpreting it, and it's still relevant today. That's how amazing it is.
Right.
And then, I mean, you're an amazing musician because, I mean, not only because you know, been able to replay his song, but you do your own stuff too. I mean, you have, how many bands are you in? How many types of music do you play? How many instruments do you play?
Uh, I've been in a lot of bands throughout my life. Right now, I'm only in one. It's called The Dirty News. I'm also in a DJ duo with my friend Tom called Wear and Tear, and those are kind of my two, I guess you could call them professional music acts, semi-professional. We play around here both as the DJ duo and the band. We have a pretty frequent gigging schedule.
That's awesome. So, yeah, I came to your show in Hamtramck and it was a hit, you know?
Yeah, that was the house party, but it was a. Or have you been to a different one?
No, that one. And then you played at the Lexus Velodrome and you played at
Yes.
the Russell Industrial Center,
Uh,
and it's always a good time.
the band, my band, The Dirty News, we're playing at the Hamtramck Music Festival next month, so that's
Nice.
something we're excited for. You'll have to edit the exact date in because I forgot, but our set is at the High Dive, and
Awesome.
we have the 9 p.m. slot, so
I haven't been there yet. I've been meaning to go there, and the owner is really cool. He's an artist. He does graffiti sharks.
yeah.
As well as many other
He has
things.
the shark on the front of the building.
Yeah. He has sharks around town.
Really?
Big, scary sharks. I think, yeah, there's a bigger one near the Eastern Market.
I've only seen the red one in the front of the bar.
Yeah. We went out for dinner one time. He's a cool guy. But yeah, I haven't been there yet. But that's a good reason to go.
Right. Uh,
So,
it's a great reason. Great reason. Shameless plug. Go to the gig if
Hell
this comes
yeah.
out before then.
oh, well, yeah, this will be out probably a week or two. So, you're playing in Detroit and you have a YouTube channel and a Facebook. So, should people follow you to keep up with where you're gonna play?
Yeah, the Dirty News has their own Facebook. I also have a Facebook called Transmatic Studios, which is where I put my miscellaneous musical projects when I want to advertise them. The profile picture is of my cat, Reggie. So I look for the cat. And my YouTube channel is Lloyd Vasser, which is the name I use when I'm performing as a solo act.
Awesome, yeah. And so they can expect maybe not Jimi Hendrix solos, but you play in a rock band, right, or a punk
Right.
band, and then
There's some rock music and some poppy punk music. Also, a lot of electronic music. During the pandemic, I kind of got a lot more into that because I couldn't play with my band anymore, and I was not feeling so inspired on guitar for a while, and I switched my focus to electronic music. I make it with a Roland, a JDXI synthesizer, and also an Access Virus synthesizer, which I both play live and sequence, and then I mix them together on my computer. And that's kind of my process for electronic music.
I felt like when I saw you play, it was a really unique sound and just mood. You know, it was like creative writing. It was new lyrics. It wasn't like people remixing the same stuff, or like you said about Jimi Hendrix, like he doesn't take from the pop culture trends in music, like doesn't steal from like the common classical way to play a song, but reinvents it. I feel like you do that with your music, and you use different tools, and you have a unique perspective on what you want to perform and what you want the audience to get from it. So I think it's definitely.
I think when the band is playing, the number one thing that I want to happen is for people that are in the audience to be having fun and enjoying themselves. Because when you go out to see a band, with some exceptions, it's not time to take life seriously. It's time to let loose and kind of be in the environment that you're in, which is usually some kind of environment you're not in all the time, and just kind of take in the atmosphere. And I like to have music that hits hard, but also is fun to listen to. And when you look at the band, I think you can usually tell we're having fun because we are, and we try our best to spread that.
That's awesome. Well, thanks for coming out, Trevor. It's always great having you at the studio and just being around a creative person, and professional and creative and fun. Like, just highly recommend Trevor and his music.
I
Go
appreciate
check him
it.
out.
Come to the studio to record stuff and give Alex money.